Hi, and welcome back to the Ascension Playground. My name is Ursie, and I thought I would just pull a card from one of my favorite decks. I have so many, but I always seem to go back when I'm feeling a little imbalanced or just wanting to tune into what the energy is around me. And so I oftentimes love going to what's called the inner child cards. And if this is your first time hearing about this card deck, let me go ahead and share a picture with you. Here it is. The inner child cards of Fairy Tale Tarot. So I just, coming onto the playground, I just love, love, love fairy tales. There's something magical that happens when you read a story. And as you get older, the story stays with you, but perhaps it changes its meaning, or there's a deeper metaphor, because as we evolve and grow, our life experiences, it just gets richer and deeper. And so we learn from our mistakes, we learn from the great times, we learn from the love and the heartache. So without further ado, I just felt like coming on the playground tonight and just seeing which fairy tale card would like to basically show me the energy that it has for the collective in this now moment. So from the deck, which is rather large, here's the fuller deck of cards, I've pulled out just the major arcana cards. And arcana means secret. So the major arcana in a tarot deck are usually the top leading stories, let's say, the main archetypal metaphors. You try saying that, main archetypal metaphors. So I am going to first knock out the energy and add from my heart and breathe into these cards. Show me the energy for this now moment as it relates to the collective. And when I say the collective, I mean myself, my community, my country, the world. So show us the main energy surrounding the collective. And I feel like stopping here. And I'm going to take the top card. So let's see which story comes forward. Oh my, it's the yellow brick road. Okay, and see at the top, we get to practice our Roman numerals, XIX, so 10 plus 1, and then minus 10, so that's 19, the 1 and the 9. I'm trying to freshen all of us up on Roman numerals. Okay, so the yellow brick road, oh my goodness. Do you remember watching, well, if you're my age, when The Wizard of Oz came out? And I just remember that, the Wicked Witch and that music. Remember that music that went do 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 do, and the witch would be on her bicycle chasing after Dorothy and her little dog Toto. So anyway, let's see. I'm going to pull the book, but I guess I'm getting a sense of looking a little more deeply at that picture first. So here we have Dorothy surrounded by 3 friends, the Cowardly Lion, the Tin Man, and the Scarecrow, and Toto is leading the way. But let's see, for number 19, there looks like some kind of angelic light and figure that's shining the Roman numerals. And then around this beautiful bordered edge, of course, is our rainbow. But the yellow brick road has several trees, so they're coming from the forest, and we see the land of Oz, the Emerald City in the distance. So let me see if I can do this. I'm back. Okay, if you don't mind, let me find and read number 19. Okay, I just love Isha Lerner's book. She spent such a long time writing and going more deeply into the meanings through a Jungian vision within this book through basic, oh, I have a little something visiting me. Hello. The layering that's happening in this fairy tale tarot is quite extraordinary. Okay, so I'm turning to page 119, and the card number was 19. So when you start tracking numbers, it's like, okay, who wants to talk to me? Here we go. The Yellow Brick Road. The 19th card of the major arcana usually displays a brilliant yellow sun, revealing the magnificence of this source of light, source of life on our planet. In ancient cultures, the sun was often revered as God and the radiant spiritual presence that makes all things possible. But it was also known that the sun, shining forth in all its majesty, could destroy earthly life and blind the foolish who stared too long in its direction. In some versions of this tarot card, a little child is shown dancing near a garden of sunflowers or playfully riding a horse. This child in the card reminds us that to attain our divinity, we must become childlike, innocent, carefree, and joyful. I'm going to read that again because being on an ascension playground, this is a concept, an idea that I've been having in my heart, that we've learned so many amazing things on the metaphysical and esoteric paths, and oftentimes we stay in our head so much with the knowledge, but we forget how to play and how to basically, quote unquote, lighten up. So this card is reminding me, it's mirroring back to me some of the thoughts I had in creating this ascension playground with Robbie and Jimmy. Okay, so I'm going to read it again. This child on the Yellow Brick Road card reminds us that to attain our divinity, we must become childlike, innocent, carefree, and joyful, and that child consciousness will lead humanity out of darkness and into light. Deep breath here, out of darkness and into light. In the inner child cards, the Yellow Brick Road stands for the path to higher wisdom and spiritual truth. When we reach for the light of the sun, we are striving to pursue our lofty goals and to gain insight and understanding. In the classic story of The Wizard of Oz, Dorothy and her dog Toto set off on the Yellow Brick Road to find the wonderful Wizard of Oz, who will help Dorothy find a way to return home. The Yellow Brick Road represents the golden path that leads a child onward to Oz, the higher self, adulthood, larger society, one's true spiritual home in the solar system, and the sun. There is even a connection between Cinderella, which in this card deck represents the moon card, with her glass slippers, and Dorothy on her Yellow Brick Road with the magical shoes that she can click 3 times to bring her back to Kansas. Okay, and in the movie, if Cinderella had a glass slipper, you know, Dorothy had the red slippers, the ruby red slippers. That's what I remember at least. Let's see what else is said. Along the path, Dorothy meets other seekers, the straw man, the tin man, and the cowardly lion, who accompany her on the road and journey to self-actualization. The good fairies, evil witches, happy munchkins, and deceitful wizard in this tale are all manifestations of various states of consciousness the pilgrim encounters throughout a lifetime's journey. This is very Jungian, isn't it? Like the hero's journey, but in this case, it's a young girl. Nevertheless, the foundation of the story is the Yellow Brick Road, which must be followed to reach the final destination, home. Symbolic of the soul awakening, spiritual light, and wisdom. Do you see why I like this card deck so much? You think it's all fun and games, and then it just gets deep on you quickly. Okay, there's a little bit more. In primeval times, human beings were said to shine a golden light like that of the sun, Earth was still impregnated with solar life. This was the golden age when humans walked with the gods and goddesses. Now, in our civilization, only a reflection of this higher radiance can be brought into our everyday lives, but many individuals are relearning how to merge the sun self with earthly consciousness. In ancient China, the sage Lao Tzu spoke of the Tao. This Tao was the way of life, the path of spiritual destiny. To step off this path was easy, and the way was filled with challenges and upheavals, but to remain centered, balanced, and focused on one's divine path was the hallmark of the true disciple and initiate. Now we know from the latest space explorations that the sun itself radiates a solar wind, a kind of stellar carpet of charged particles and perhaps mysterious healing vibrations that reaches all the way to the earth. The human soul that lifts its vision higher and higher eventually returns to the core of the sun to be replenished with divine substance, the manna of heaven. Then, following the golden stream, the yellow brick road in outer space, the soul can find itself preparing for another earthly incarnation once the trumpet of rebirth is sounded. Do-do-do-do! Rebirth time. When this card appears in your reading, which it did today in an answer for the collective, a burst of spiritual sunshine is guiding our lives. Fill the dark caverns of our psyche with sunflower yellow light and joyously walk the yellow brick road toward our highest goals. Create a rainbow bridge of healing over which you can travel toward the wizard and the emerald city that lives deep in your own heart. I love that because the heart chakra is that green, that very beautiful spring green color. All that you seek is within your reach, and the world offers you a golden chalice of opportunity that is ready to be filled with your deepest hopes and desires. Realize that you, no matter what your flaws and challenges may be, are a beacon to the world. Just want to offer my gratitude and thanks. And let me go ahead and share the camera again with this card. Here it is, the yellow brick road with the book. So in closing or summarizing, I would say, yes, for all of us on planet Earth right now, this field of collective human consciousness, thank you for the remembrance of the idea of keep on the path. Don't go off your path. Choose the path with friends. Go towards the Emerald City within your heart. You know, it just reminds me how valuable peace and harmony, it all begins within each of us, within myself. And really, that's the only thing I can control, is how I respond, how I feel, and how I choose to participate every day I get to wake up and be one more day on planet Earth. Thanks for listening, and I hope you'll join me next time on the Ascension Playground. Take care and see you next time. Bye.